Maraming nagulat dun sa bagsik ng pagbaha dun sa Cebu province, including of course Cebuanos. Now, despite that, data released by official sources show that Cebu is one of the provinces with the most flood control projects. 414, I understand, in the last 3 years, up to 26 billion and so forth. But despite this po, grabe yung pagbaha. What do you think? From your perspective, what do you think was the reason kung bakit sobra-sobra yung baha?
Well, first of all, let me just clarify what you said. You speak of 26 billion for Cebu province, but that 26 billion are not provincial funds. That's the national budget.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And the national budget is allocated to the DPWH, which in turn distributes these so-called flood control projects, many of which were insertions in the budget. These are all distributed. The province of Cebu has 8 districts, congressional districts, from the 1st to the 7th, and then we have the lone district of Mandaue. The province has not touched, nor can even be included in the implementation of this 26 billion. Ako rin nagulat umabot pala ng ganon. Alam mo, during my time, I kept on insisting sa DPWH, before you implement any program, secure a sanggunian approval. In the case of the province, we passed this ordinance because this is in accordance with Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code. Section 2, in the Declaration of Principles, Section 16, which is generally known as the General Welfare Clause, and Sections 27 and 28, all specifically state, first of all, in giving local government its autonomy. And then it states about a power of a chief executive to invoke Section 16 when the general welfare of its constituents is at stake. Sections 27 and 28 are very, very clear that all national government projects and programs must first be consulted with and should include the local government in the planning stage. And further, it states government authorities may not implement any program or project without prior approval from the sanggunian.
Yes, ma'am.
Ang nasa local government code, sanggunian lang. And we know very well, meron tayong, sa barangay, sangguniang barangay, meron tayong sa sangguniang bayan, sangguniang panglungsod. So in order to enable this particular section, the provincial board passed a provincial ordinance stating all of these related sections in the local government code, insisting that all programs and projects must first secure approval from the Sangguniang Panlalawigan or the provincial board.
Yes, ma'am.
We have a provincial development council meeting prior to the enactment of our budget or even the submission from the chief executive to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of the annual budget.
Yes, ma'am.
And we also call on all national government, that is a requirement, no? We call all national government agencies to present their proposed projects and programs for the following year. And we approve this. But how could we even have any inkling na these are insertions? Na pala merong mga flood control after, it starts, that starts with the national expenditure. That's the NEP, National Expenditure Program. It goes on to become the General Appropriations Budget, and then it's enacted into law, and that becomes the GAA, or the General Appropriation Act. As far as kami, mga local governments, yung pinapakita lang sa amin, yung kanilang pre-propose. So, concreting here, solar lighting there, a bridge. Pero itong mga flood control na to, as has been proven, in fact, these billions, even trillions, were subsequently inserted after.
Okay.
So, May I just clarify? Kasi yung presentation number 2 nga ang Cebu sa karamihan ng, the huge amount, no? We're 26 billion. But it's always mentioned Cebu province. Hindi po. Hindi po yan dinownload sa province of Cebu.
Yes, ma'am.
Nasa DPWH yan, and then distributed kung anong districts na gusto nilang malagyan ng flood control. As I said, the province encompasses 8 congressional districts.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, ma'am, we don't mean to imply that these were provincial projects. We were just saying that these were projects for Cebu. Actually, given nga, the question nga is, what do you think is the reason kung bakit pa rin bumaha, given the pagkarami-rami pong in-implement dapat ang DPWH doon po sa inyong probinsya. And also, as you said nga naman, you should be consulted, and that is in the law. The local government unit should be consulted. Were you consulted as far as, number 1, the kinds of projects to be implemented in your province, and number 2, whether or not these projects were faithfully implemented and finished?
Okay. Alam mo, 3 years ago, kami ang kauna-unahan, and I think up to now, that passed this ordinance insisting that national NGAs or national government agencies must first consult, plan, and then seek approval. And even in the implementation stage, in accordance with Republic Act 7160, kailangan talaga involved ang LGUs. But when this ordinance was passed, there was, shall we say, at that time, the ILG secretary noon, si Abalong, had to fly all the way to Cebu and ask to be enlightened. And I said, you were mayor before. You know how these DPWH people, they just start their projects without consultation with us, and these do not align with all our own programs. I know in Cebu City, hindi, by the way, sa Cebu City, sabihin ko lang to. This is what I know. But Cebu City is not under the province of Cebu. Mm-hmm. In Cebu City, kung ilan na yan ng mga drainage na ginagawa ng DPWH, hindi natatapos. Kaya nga, when yung mga torrential rains happen, talagang bumaha.